What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get it. Let's talk Cardano. Hope everyone is doing well. Let's get into the market, show you guys exactly what ADA is doing today. But we need to talk about the next move for ADA. Now, I think some of the narrative has changed where it's not so much now, oh my gosh, Cardano's a ghost chain, Cardano's not moving. We're going to talk about a couple of the talking points that I think are very relevant and why, if you were kind of worried about Cardano, maybe why you should be a little bit more so upbeat. I'm not going to say we're out of the woods yet. I think there's still a lot of FUD, a lot of things within Cardano that people still don't value. Whether or not is something that is actually good or bad, it doesn't really matter because it's the market we're in right now. I want to share with you guys what's going on. If I can have a couple minutes of your time, I appreciate it, and we will get down to what's happening with ADA today. All right, so let's do it. If you're new to the channel, this is a perfect time to do so. Totally free. Make sure you guys subscribe down below. Smash that like button. We've been talking Cardano over 2 years now, right here, same place, same day, every single day. All right. Can't do without you guys. Appreciate all the love and support. And let's get down into the news. Okay. Now, the biggest thing going for us right now in the market is, well, first off, let's just talk about the absolute bombshell. Okay. And this is the fact that we are looking at a Cardano 2.4% up on the day, but it's not so much that. Okay. This is what we have to talk about. And I have to mention it just because it's relative. Bitcoin basically hit 94,000. All right. That is absolutely incredible. And I think that if you guys have been trading crypto 2017, 2021, it's the same narrative where Bitcoin pumps, goes to all-time highs, and then all of a sudden we get some liquidations, and then all of that money then soon flows into the altcoin market, and then we do have an altcoin season, okay? And there's not a better crypto right now with what Charles Hoskinson is rumored to be doing behind the scenes and what's going on actually with ADA than Cardano right now. There's a couple that I have very high on my radar. If you guys watch me, you know how bullish I am on Cardano. It's one of my biggest holdings, and that's why we're talking about it today. All right, so let's get into it. I do want to share with you guys kind of something else. If you do want to get involved and trade on the futures market, if you guys want to trade with some leverage trading, also free spot trading, no trading fees if you do trade on a spot exchange. This is Build Your Dream Finance, one of the exchanges that I use and I'm partnered with. It's a great promotion too that they're running right now. Who doesn't like free money? Okay, 10% cash back if you deposit up to $10,000 into your BYDFI account, and that's where you'll be able to get some free money for this bull cycle to trade crypto. Okay, like I said, trade leverage, trade spot. It's a great platform and a really good interface too if you guys trade on your phone or on the website. And I will show you guys kind of what Cardano is doing right now. Okay, so let's get into the market. Let's look at kind of Cardano on the day, okay? And this is kind of where we're looking at it right now. You could see, as we talked about, Bitcoin up 3.04%. That is insane, just in the sheer magnitude of a crypto in the trillions, okay? That's where you don't really get 3% too often. And for Bitcoin to continue to run, it's a great narrative. It's a great story. And a lot of people, including myself, wish they would have bought more Bitcoin back when we were still trading around 16,000 even, okay? And, you know, we live in the future. We don't live in the past. And that's kind of where we're going to be talking about what's happening from here on out, because that's where we're going to make the best decisions for ourselves financially within the crypto market in this runway that we seemingly have in this next cycle. Okay. But as we look at Cardano, as we're trading around here, I want to show you guys what we're doing on the charts. It's still a great candle that we've formed. Okay, now as we look into this, guys, this is the last month, as you can see within this green candle. I'm gonna scroll down so you can see it, but I want to show you guys more so on the daily. That's kind of what's really bullish for Cardano. Look at it right now on the charts, guys. All right, 75 cents, and if we could get anywhere close to $2 quickly, that would be a lot of optimism for a lot of holders, including myself, where my cost basis has been lowered, but I have basically had a $1.90-ish cost basis on a lot of Cardano that I do hold. So I would love to clear that range. And this is something where we look into the charts, trading above the moving averages. This is a very strong narrative where Cardano looks to stay and remain into the green. Okay. But this is where we want to talk about it. And we are going to get into kind of the next move for ADA, why we could hit $1.40 in our next move up. Okay. Now, a lot of cryptos out there, okay, and Cardano's not exempt from this. Just because they're not a meme coin, just because they're not the next pump fund on Solana, doesn't mean that they're not capable of this, okay? We just haven't had a big track record of doing so. But you look at what XRP was able to do in that move over $1. Why can't Cardano do it? okay? And that's something where I think a lot of traders lose track of the thought that ADA was once third in total market cap, okay? So here we are, guys. Let's get into it. The price of ADA is showing a lot of strength as we look into kind of what's happening. This is the highest level, okay, that we have seen since March of 2024. Almost up 120% from its lowest point this year. Now, a lot of analysts out there are highlighting the strong performance and gearing up for Cardano's next move, and $1.40 is that, I don't want to say price prediction, but that target, okay? And obviously, everything I talked to you guys about in this video, please remember, this is not financial advice, just my thoughts and some others as we look into the crypto market and what's happening right here, right now. But this is recently coming about from TradingView Post, highlighting that Cardano has retested the resistance at 82 cents, a very, very critical level that aligns with that March 2024 high, okay? And we have consolidated a little bit in that zone. Now, that's kind of where we're going to go back into this, guys. You can call it consolidation. It's very much the start of it, okay? But what we get down the road is what we're going to talk about, because you got to remember, we're still trading at 75, 76 cents. So to still get to that $1.40 level that we're talking about in this piece, that would take a lot of momentum, okay? And what better time than now when we see the higher highs that we tested back in March of this year? We're right up against it, guys. That is the second resistance level. This is a great graphic, too. It really puts it all in perspective. But this is where we're going to be talking about Cardano potentially rivaling some of the numbers that we hit back in 2021, okay? But this bullish momentum, okay, is something where we have to further validate this because we have formed a one-day golden cross. That's a rare technical signal that we've seen when that 50-day moving average does cross above that 200-day moving average, okay? And when we see this pattern historically within a golden cross, it is something where we do usually precede this with major rallies. And that's where we saw this back in November 2023 when it led to a breakout beyond the resistance levels towards the next step, which would be that 2.0 Fibonacci extension. So for me, guys, that's where we're going to look at Cardano getting much, much more room than 75 cents or give or take. But that's something where as we break through this, watch out, okay? Because that's something where the $1.40 level aligns with that 2.0 Fibonacci extension, and that would be the next target for the more bullish ADA investors, okay? And this is something else we could talk about. Another thing that sustained this bull run, more broader market indicators that we have seen to kind of lead towards this momentum. I do use a trading indicator, and that shows me momentum, and that's kind of what I go off of if I'm going to make a trade, and then that allows me to make the best trade possible. If you want to know more, link down below in the description. But with this recent analysis, this is kind of, we have to look at it, and it's more so the investor confidence, okay? We have a lot of things in that broader scope, right? The president-elect Donald Trump. We could talk about what the United States wants to do as a crypto stronghold, reinforcing that position that I think Hoskinson is taking, right? Meeting with Trump, being somewhat in a collective within crypto regulation. There's a lot of narratives that we can go down and talk ADA, talk Hoskinson, and it all sets up for, hey, what's next? Well, that's going to be Cardano breaking out. So that's kind of what we're looking at. If we want to talk about more so about the open interest, another metric that I do look at, we talk about the futures, that is where we've exceeded $550 million for the first time since March at 582.9 million. That's numbers coming out from CoinGlass. So that's something where we see a lot of buying pressure amount within net flows, kind of further reiterating that interest that we're seeing from the bulls. So here we are, guys, and this is a kind of past dated number. A lot of times when I do these videos, the charts are going to move. They're not going to really be at where you may be watching this a day later, and you may see this at a different price. So that's something where you have to keep in mind. These prices are relative to when this publication comes out, not necessarily the time that you guys are going to be watching this video. Okay, so a couple things going for us, guys. It's pretty much cut and dry. I think what we have going on behind the scenes with an ADA, Hoskinson, the broader macro standpoint within Trump and that new president-elect regime where we're going to be dabbling into crypto more so and deregulating crypto as well. I think that's all going to give way to a lot of bullish momentum within Cardano and very, very favorable circumstances there as we've now formed a golden cross on the daily. So I don't know if we're going to hit $1.40, but if we do break through that resistance of that Fibonacci 2.0, all bets are off. I do think Cardano gets above $1. I think it's going to happen sooner than later because, like I said, guys, this is going to be a runway that is not going to last forever, but it is a runway that's going to take place and kind of segue into the new era of crypto where adoption is going to grow. I think we're going to see some strong movers, not just within Cardano, but the whole market. And I think it's something where on a more macro global stance, we really have to talk about digital currency really coming into its own and being the next era of kind of payments and how blockchain is going to impact the world across the globe. So that's what we have going on. I'll reiterate kind of my stance, guys. When I bought my first ADA, now this is just my thoughts, not financial advice, but I did that based on the premise that Cardano would hit $9 to $12 in a price prediction. And that's kind of where I'm still standing by it, all right? It's not been the easiest road. It's not been the smoothest road. But we are still traveling along that road, and that's kind of what I wanted to put across to you guys as my message in this video. So I'll leave with that. Appreciate you guys watching. If you can, make sure you all subscribe and smash that like button on your way out. Feel free to drop a comment, too. I love reading any kind of Cardano talk. Also, we did talk a lot about BYDFI. If you want to get on Build Your Own Finance, that's where I do have a link down below to get that 10% cash back. If you want to trade futures, you want to trade spot, it's a great exchange that I use. Okay, so links down below for that. Appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.